Hello, everyone, and welcome to Full Time, where we take you around the world of soccer, locally, regionally, nationally, and internationally. The Full Time podcast is presented and powered by 91 Network. You're listening to Season 6, Episode 4 of Full Time. I'm your host, Daniel Scarpino, and with me is our co host, Gitano Gallo. Before I begin today's show, we'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. The Full Time Podcast is sponsored by Little Caesars Pizza. With their two locations in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, you can download and access the Pizza Portal app so you can enjoy delicious hot and ready pizza from Little Caesars today. The Full Time Podcast is also sponsored by Sioux Sports. To check out Sioux Sports and all of their articles, announcements, and streaming platforms, including True Host Media and True North Radio, visit SiouxSports.com as well as Sioux Sports TV on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. We remind our listeners that recordings of Full Time occur weekly or bi-weekly, and uploads to all of our platforms for public viewing and listening occur weekly or bi-weekly as well. Folks, it is a pleasure to be with you here on Full Time, where we get to talk about the beautiful game. We hope that you are all well. G, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great today. Scarps, how about you?
I'm doing great as well. Sun is shining. Can't ask for much more. In today's show, we will discuss the summer transfer market, the Club World Cup, and the Gold Cup. As always, if anyone would like to listen to our previous content, please check us out at Full Time on all platforms of 91 Network. And without further ado, Gitano, and to everyone who has taken the time to tune in here today, let's kick off. We unfortunately start today's show on a bit of a somber note. The unfortunate passing that has really taken the world of football by storm. The passing of Liverpool star Diego Jota and his brother Andre Silva, who were tragically killed in a car accident in Spain just a little over a week ago, took not just the footballing world by storm and by shock. It took the whole world by shock, and it continues to keep everyone in a state of shock here today. Gitano, unfathomable news, something that's going to radiate throughout the world of football, at least for this season, but I'm sure for a very long time. Beyond tragic, sir.
Yeah, there's just no real words for it. Just an indescribable loss. And when just speaking from like a football fan's perspective, that's not even considering, his family. He was just married about 2 weeks before this, wife and three kids. It was him and his brother. So, parents losing two sons, like just, again, like heartbreaking, doesn't even begin to describe it. It's just such a massive loss.
Yeah, massive loss indeed. It's a massive loss for so many people, friends, family, loved ones, but it's a massive loss for the world of football. So for us here at Full Time, we certainly send out our condolences, and it might only mean a microcosm really, or a drop in the bucket, but our thoughts, hearts, and prayers go out to everyone affected by it. And this year for football, no doubt, he will be honored, as will his brother. So rest in peace to Diego Jota and Andre Silva, and condolences to everybody involved. We now move things over to the summer transfer window, and the following transfer market news comes from The Guardian. So be sure to check them out as they provide up-to-the-minute transfer market information in the world of football. First, it's Joao Pedro, who moves from Brighton to Chelsea for $60 million. The versatile attacker, who had 30 goals in 70 Brighton appearances, will join up with Chelsea and has already done so as the forward signs a 7-year deal. Gitano, you touched on this one in our previous episode here on Full Time, but I'm going to pass it over to you to give your analysis on this now, which is official. He's already started with Chelsea, so now that it's confirmed, what do you say?
Yeah, I like him as a player. I think he's got a bright future. Still only 23 years old. Um, Again, I will reiterate, I don't understand joining Chelsea in their current state, where they basically have 4 or 5 full 11s worth of players on the payroll at the club. Um, Although the kind of rumors coming out is that Nicholas Jackson's now expendable to Chelsea, so he might be taking kind of those minutes if Nicholas Jackson goes. But yeah, good player. Don't particularly understand the move, but at least I think he's played a few minutes in the Club World Cup and got himself off to a good start. So hopefully that's maybe a good sign of things to come for him there.
Yeah, the only thing that I could possibly think of really is, when these players, and we're going to talk about another one here very shortly, join Chelsea, they must be told, you are going to play, you are going to be in and out of the 11, or you are going to be a starter, these sorts of things. Otherwise, why would you join when you have so many players in that squad? But he is off to a good start indeed, as we're going to touch on a little bit later in the episode. So we'll see how that one pans out. Martin Zubimendi goes from Real Sociedad to Arsenal for a fee of 56 million. The Gunners sealed the signing of the Spain midfielder on a 5-year deal after late Real Madrid interest. He will wear the number 36 at the Emirates. Gitano, we knew that this one was coming for, honestly, a really long time, but it is now official. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's. I don't think it's maybe uh, a world beater of a signing, but I think he's going to be very useful for that Arsenal team. They definitely need a DM. But I'm, as the Arsenal fan, I'll kind of give the floor to you. I feel like your thoughts are a little more have a little more weight in this discussion.
Yeah, it's again something that we knew that was coming for a really long time. We knew this. I want to say back in February. I think it was first originally announced. And with Thomas Partey obviously going out the door, and Jorginho and guys like this, Zubamendi is going to be a nailed on starter. So it should be a midfield of him, Declan Rice, and Martin Odegaard, which I'm pretty happy with. And then we're going to talk about somebody else a little bit later who's going to provide backup. So again, I'm happy with the Zubamendi signing. Again, still need a striker, as we've been harping on for literally the better part of 2 years. But yeah, we'll see how it works out. But I'm happy with the signing, and I think that he's going to do well for the Gunners. Mohamed Kudus goes from West Ham United to Tottenham for 54.5 million. The versatile attacker at age 24 said in his first press conference, quote, "The move is a big moment in my career, and I promise that fans are really going to enjoy what I bring to the team," end quote. Gee, how does this one bode for Tottenham and the player?
Yeah, this is a really interesting transfer. I think Mohamed Kudus is a great player. I'm more interested. I don't want to say I'm worried, but I'm interested to see how he actually fits in at Tottenham right now. He does like to play a little more centrally, which is obviously James Madison's kind of bread and butter, and he's one of the best in the league at that. There's also rumors that Tottenham are trying to sign Morgan Gibbs White, who again is kind of a central attacker. So it just kind of depending on how he is played in this squad, I think will really determine how good he ends up, like this transfer ends up being for Tottenham. But for face value, I think it's probably like good money for value for them. He gets the kind of upgrade and the fact that he's going to be playing for a traditionally top six club, and I'd say that so sarcastically, considering what Tottenham have achieved since they've been considered a quote unquote big six club. But yeah, I think it should be a fine transfer.
I think so too. And Thomas Frank, I'm sure will have a system in place that's going to suit him. But like you, I'm interested to see how he is ultimately used in that system. Jimmy Gittins goes from Borussia Dortmund to Chelsea for 48.5 million. It feels great to join such a big club, said Gittins in his first press conference as a Chelsea player. The highly rated attacking talent signs a 7-year deal after his breakthrough season at Dortmund, where he scored 12 goals. Gitano, go for it.
I feel like we should have a pre-recorded clip for when Chelsea signs players, and we just discuss why would you go to Chelsea. There's so many players, and again, specifically forwards, they just have so many. And you're looking at a 20-year-old kid signing a 7-year deal. Do you? I just don't think that he's going to get anywhere near enough playing time, especially when he was at Dortmund. He got 107 appearances between 2021 and 2025. Like that is like the perfect place to be at this age. Again, I just don't understand the move to Chelsea.
Me neither, man. And again, these players must be told something for them to join. Surely, apart from the money. Otherwise, why would you go and sit on a bench? So I'm also interested to see how that one works out, if it works. So next, it's Alex Baina, who goes from Villarreal to Atletico Madrid for 39 million. The creative talent, who had 24 assists in the last 2 La Liga seasons, leaves home to sign a 5-year deal for 45 million plus 5 million in bonuses. Gee, take it away.
Yeah, I like this. Again, it's not maybe the most electrifying world, lighting on fire signing, but I think he's just going to be a really solid signing for Atletico Madrid. Kind of fits their tactical setup, kind of fits the mentality setup that they have going on there. So I think this is just kind of a perfect match.
I could see him picking up a lot of assists on those direct counterattacks. one ball in behind. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's fitting in very, very, very well there. So I really like this signing. Gerald Kwanzaa goes from Liverpool to Bayer Leverkusen for 30 million. The centre back leaves Anfield in the third deal this summer between the two clubs, with Liverpool retaining a buyback clause. In a press release, Kwanzaa said, "It's a great challenge for me." G, what do you think about this one?
Um, so I think it's first of all from Bayer Leverkusen's standpoint, losing Jonathan Tah to Bayern Munich. Obviously, I'm not saying that Gerald Kwanzaa is going to be a direct replacement for one of the best center backs in the Bundesliga, um, but he's a very promising young talent, very high ceiling. Um, and again, I'm not going to say that he's going to directly fill Jonathan Tah's spot, but having someone that has the quality to, or at least the ceiling to be that quality of a player, for only 30 million is fantastic. And then from the Liverpool end, selling a player who made 58 appearances in 2.5, 3 years for 30 million. And again, I believe is a youth player, so it's going to be great for their PSR because that's all that matters for most clubs now.
Right.
Kind of everyone wins in this situation.
Yeah, it sounds like a win-win to me as well, Gitano. Habib Diarra goes from Strasbourg to Sunderland for a fee of 30 million. The midfielder, who scored against England in a recent friendly, signs a 5-year deal for a reported club record fee. G, can this move be an important one for Sunderland's hopes in getting back to the Premier League?
Yeah, but I think that all of their every move that they make this summer is going to be super important for them. They have to spend this money properly if they're going to, keep pushing to kind of be a Premier League, regular, or at least not be a yo-yo club or end up back down in kind of the Championship or League One or League Two. I think it's a good signing, kind of the right age profile, not probably going to break the bank in terms of wages, and just I think for most Premier League teams like this, the midfield is just the most important thing.
Yeah.
So building that, starting there, I feel like this is a very good start for them. I still think they do need a little bit more work, but I think this is a very good start.
Yeah, in my opinion, it helps, doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Torino Barry goes from Villarreal to Everton for a fee of 27 million. The towering 6'5" striker cites Wayne Rooney and Romelu Lukaku as childhood heroes as he pledges to give 100% after signing a 4-year deal. G, how do you think that this signing will bode for Everton?
Um, Now, I don't mean to be disrespectful to him, but I just think the rest of the Everton squad is not good enough. I'm concerned about the service he's going to get, the support he's going to get. I think he's got a bright, promising future. Again, kind of a very good build for a striker at 6'5". But I'm concerned about the rest of the Everton squad around him more than I'm concerned about him.
I just wonder how he's going to be utilized if he's going to be that guy. Okay, if we get a set piece within 40 yards, this is who we're targeting, or a corner kick, this is who we're targeting. And if he's going to be utilized as a hold-up guy and then runners are going to go off of him. I'm really interested to see how David Moyes uses him. I do think that David Moyes is a fantastic coach, by the way. So I'm more interested than anything to see how he's utilized, kind of like how we said about Mohamed Kudus earlier. So
Yeah.
is more of a system question for me than it is a player question because at 6'5" up front, that's pretty good aerially and probably for hold up play, I'd imagine. And Gitano, we did not cover each and every transfer that has occurred so far during the summer transfer window. Are there any that we missed that caught your eye as of recent?
Yeah, a kind of sizable one. Theo Hernandez from AC Milan to Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia for 25 million. I just there's a couple of talking points here. I can't believe a player who is the best left back in the world, I think, without really question. 27 years old, still in the prime of his career, leaving Europe. First of all, I think that's terrible for the European game.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're going to give him generational wealth to be there for the 3 years of this deal, but it blows my mind. Also blows my mind that no other major European clubs were in for him for the reported £25 million fee. When you think of like the best left backs in the world, it's him, Alphonso Davies, and Nuno Mendes. Like
Yeah.
outside of PSG and Bayern Munich, every other club, including City, including Arsenal, could use an upgrade at left back. And the fact that there was no whispers of anyone even like being remotely interested just blows my mind.
It's a weird one, isn't it? And Yeah, I agree with your assessment there of those top three left backs in the world. Nuno Mensch for me as well. He's right at the top. But yeah, I find that to be interesting too. So when you told me about that one this morning, I don't know how I missed it, but yeah, very interesting indeed. And for me, I'm just going to keep it local with my club. Kepa Arrizabalaga signs as Arsenal's backup goalkeeper. Got him for a really small fee, which was good business in my opinion. And Christian Norgard to provide some relief at defensive midfield. He'll come off of the bench again for a good fee, somewhere in the ballpark of 10 million. So good business there from Arsenal, despite the fact that we still need a striker. And as the summer transfer window progresses, you can get all of your major updates throughout the summer right here on Full Time. Moving along, it is the Club World Cup that is nearing its end. The quarterfinals wrapped up last week, and the results were as follows. Fluminense defeated Al Hilal by a score of 2-1. Chelsea beat Palmeiras by a score of 2-1 as well. I got to watch that game. That was actually pretty entertaining, to be honest. PSG defeated Bayern Munich by a score of 2-0, and Real Madrid got over the line against Dortmund by a score of 3-2. Gee, what stood out to you from those quarterfinal matches, and what did you like from them?
Um, I will say I think the standout thing for me is Real Madrid has not, at least in the quarterfinals, anyways, they did not look anywhere near the Real Madrid that they kind of should be. They look very disjointed. I don't think that front line has really clicked yet with Mbappe and Vinicius. Like, just still so out of whack. And obviously, they brought in Xavi Alonso as the coach, and they've made some personnel changes around the squad. Because not a great start for them, I don't think.
Yeah, and they had to really squeak that one over the line to get it done. So still early doors, but I agree with you that definitely disjointed. But my takeaway from those quarters that I really liked the Chelsea game, I found it to be entertaining, to be honest. And the semifinals have also finished up, and those games played out as such. Chelsea defeated Fluminense by a score of 2-0, thanks to two goals from the new signing that we talked about earlier, Joao Pedro. A really good start to his Chelsea career. And in the other semifinal between PSG versus Real Madrid, it was all PSG and absolutely nothing else en route to a 4-0 victory, just pure domination. G, your thoughts on the semifinals?
Yeah, so again, building off of what I said about the quarterfinals, like Real Madrid just didn't even look like they looked like a League Two team compared to PSG. Just outclassed in every single facet, every single statistic. Um, it's amazing what happened to PSG when all the superstars left. Like,
Became a team.
um, exactly. Um, and then also Chelsea with João Pedro. That's a fantastic start for him. Chelsea have been famously bad. Well, strikers at Chelsea have had famously bad luck since probably Diego Costa and Didier Drogba. So for him to kind of get off the mark, I know it's only the Club World Cup, but with 2 goals in his first game, probably kind of the weight of the world off of his shoulders and probably off the shoulders of the executives at Chelsea as well.
Yeah, well said, Gitano. And as stated, the two teams who will be playing in the Club World Cup tournament final are Chelsea and PSG. So, Gitano, what are you expecting from this game as the final draws near, and who do you have winning it?
To be fair, I expect PSG to absolutely destroy Chelsea in the final. I wouldn't be surprised to see them put 3, 4, or 5 past them. And again, it's not totally a slight at Chelsea. PSG are probably, well, not probably, they are absolutely the best club team in the world right now. And Chelsea's, I don't think, are anywhere near that level. They're probably going to get like pummeled in this game.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And this, for me, is going to be the year of PSG. Every single trophy that's been available to them this year, they've won. And I think that they're going to win this one as well. I think that they're going to win by at least a couple of goals. And then what folks maybe, I wouldn't say haven't realized, maybe just forgotten about, they still have another cup competition to go, I think, in about a month's time, the UEFA Super Cup.
They're going to destroy Spurs.
Right. So, literally PSG might win every single trophy that's been available to them in the footballing season of what 2024 2025.
Yep.
So I fully expect this to be the year of PSG, and that continues with the Club World Cup final, which I also expect them to win. And a reminder to our listeners that the Club World Cup final will take place this Sunday, July 13th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And in our next episode of Full Time, we will review this final for you all. The CONCACAF Gold Cup is all done and dusted, with the final having taken place this past Sunday, July 6th. The semifinal outcomes were as follows. The United States defeated Guatemala by a score of 2-1, thus booking their place in the final. And Mexico defeated Honduras by a score of 1-0, punching their ticket to the final as well. Gitano, kind of vanilla, plain, boring, if you like, but we both called it. We both expected it. We said that the United States and Mexico would make the final. They did. But what were your thoughts in the semifinals?
Yeah, nothing really exciting happened. They played out basically exactly how we expected. They were okay games to watch, but yeah, nothing nothing worth like texting you over. Put it that way. It was just very much
Yeah.
the bog standard.
Exactly, and it was those games where I had them on, but I wasn't getting out of my seat for it. I wasn't again texting you or anything like that. So nothing overly exciting. And the final, which consisted of the United States and Mexico, was a game dominated and controlled by Mexico en route to a 2-1 victory over the United States. Gee, it's hard to say anything other than Mexico deserved it, at least in my opinion. But what were your thoughts on the final?
Yeah, no, Mexico absolutely was the best team in this whole tournament. Specifically in the final, like they pretty comfortably handled the state's A team. A lot of American fans played off some earlier results in the competition and some stuff leading up to the competition as like, oh, we're playing our B team, we're playing our C team, we're giving some new guys opportunities. But the team that played this final, outside of Christian Pulisic, who I don't think played, um, was basically their A team. Those were the best 11 American players plus whoever came off the bench, and they came nowhere near touching Mexico. Very much a deserved Gold Cup victory for Mexico.
Very much so. And apart from the game, my favorite part of the whole sort of thing around the final was the way that Mexico celebrated in the change room after. That was what kind of I enjoyed the most. The game itself was, like I said, and like how you said, dominated by Mexico. And again, nothing super exciting by any means, but Mexico fully deserved that. And that is a wrap on the Gold Cup. For us, Gitano, it didn't turn out the way that we had hoped for in terms of how we thought Canada might progress, but nonetheless, it provides us a good picture as to what needs to be done in the lead up to the World Cup, which is less than a year away. So that's what we're gearing up for next, isn't it?
Yeah, and yeah, definitely not the Gold Cup Canada would have wanted. Even like winning it wouldn't have, or like losing a final wouldn't have been the end of the world if we had seen a little more kind of progress from the team. But yeah, just really, really poor tournament, I would say, from Canada.
Yeah, now it's time to take step forward, excuse me, in progressing towards the tournament, which again is a little less than a year away. So that's what our eyes are on next. This is Daniel Scarpino and Gitano Gallo, and you're listening to the Full Time Podcast on 91 Network. A reminder that Full Time is sponsored by Little Caesars Pizza and Sioux Sports. Check out the Pizza Portal app for a quicker, easier way to get your next hot and ready pizza from Little Caesars. And be sure to check out Sioux Sports at siouxsports.com and Sioux Sports TV on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Full Time. As we bring today's show to a close, we want to extend our thanks to all of you for tuning in. Your support is much appreciated. Gee, good work today, my friend.
Absolutely, and you as well, Scarps. Always a pleasure talking with you. I say it every time we record them. It's just like the perfect way to like kick off the day.
It really is, and looking forward to the next one, my friend, which is in about a week's time, really. A reminder to our listeners that the next episode of Full Time will be recorded the week of July 14th, 2025. In that show, we will take a look at the Club World Cup final, the summer transfer market, and the MLS. As always, we'll keep everyone in the loop with all the happenings in the world of football. For weekly content, make sure to hit like, follow, and subscribe to all platforms of 91 Network on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Podbean, and Spaces at suittoday.com. For Gitano Gallo, my name is Daniel Scarpino, and thank you for tuning in to Full Time. I look forward to seeing you at kickoff next time back here on the Full Time Podcast and 91 Network. Best always.